Coming up on NTV News, details on two deadly crashes from last night, and we'll go behind the flashing lights to see how firefighters handle propane tank fires. Plus, how one man's life was saved thanks to a vest. Your news is next.
NTV, Central and Western Nebraska's most watched late news. This is NTV News at 10.
Severe storms in parts of Nebraska tonight. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Sarah Kirkley. We begin with sending it over to Mark Reed. He's in for Regina Bird tonight with a check of your first alert forecast. Mark?
Thanks, Sarah. We had some severe thunderstorms in southeast Nebraska here this evening, especially just to the south of Lincoln. There was even a tornado.
All right, thanks, Mark. It's a potential hazard that goes mostly unnoticed. Training officials say a burning propane tank can be one of the toughest fire crews may face. NTV's Megan Johnson went behind the flashing lights with multiple central Nebraska departments as they learned about it.
Start looking around in Nebraska.
Very interesting. Thanks, Megan. Well, two separate crashes in Butler County last night left two people dead, including an 8-year-old boy. The first crash happened just after 6:30 on Highway 92. According to the Butler County Sheriff's Office, a van driven by 16-year-old Amanda Prelwitz of Rising City was rear-ended by a pickup driven by 50-year-old Christopher Porcorny of Elkhorn. Prelwitz and her 3 passengers were taken to the hospital in David City. Porcorny was taken to one in Osceola. 8-year-old Kayla Prelwitz was flown to a Lincoln hospital where he later died from his injuries. Just hours later, another crash in Butler County killed a Duncan man. It happened on Highway 81 just north of the Highway 64 junction. The Nebraska State Patrol says 51-year-old Michael Gross was killed when his motorcycle was rear-ended by an SUV driven by 53-year-old Diane Hintz of Columbus. NSP says they do believe alcohol was a factor in that crash. More details now on that proposed minimum wage bill in the Nebraska legislature for high school workers. State lawmakers who support a proposed minimum wage cut for student workers argue pay is less important for young employees than learning the value of hard work. But some teens say they're saving for college or helping pay family bills, and they don't see a benefit to being paid less. A measure that will soon be up for final debate would lower minimum wages for part-time high school employees under 18, even after Nebraska's minimum increases to $9 an hour in 2016. New technology saves lives each day, and that couldn't be more true for an Amherst man. A wearable defibrillator vest saved the local farmer from death. NTV's Lauren Scharf spoke with Mr. Anderson and his doctors. She joins us now with more. Lauren.
Sudden cardiac.
More people than ever came out to a walk raising awareness and funds for ALS today. Hundreds came for the event's 4th year in Grand Island. The community walk benefits ALS in the Heartland, a group that gives free support to patients and families across Nebraska and western Iowa. That's through services like an equipment program and a licensed clinical social worker.
It's a progressively fatal disease, so every day there's a lot of loss, there's a lot of anticipatory grief that goes along with it, so she's able to work with those patients and those families through a lot of those issues.
Walk organizers say the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge put their cause in the spotlight in recent years, but many still don't know exactly what the disease is. That's why many people at today's walk have been touched by the disease in some way. The Central Nebraska Humane Society says they're seeing more wildlife come into their shelter. We caught up with its executive director yesterday, who gave some tips if you find baby squirrels or bunnies.
You can lay string across your bunny's nest. You'll find out that by evening it'll be moved. And so there's just ways to leave them alone, try and just mow around them for this short period of time and let them live in their natural world.
Still coming your way, the storm still reeling after that heartbreaking loss to end the season last night. But we'll have more coverage later in sports. Plus, why is this Alabama couple giving away their family farm and business? We'll have the story and the unique contest they're holding.
Thunderstorms developing along frontal boundary here for tonight. We'll have a detailed forecast coming to you on First Alert Weather. That's up next.
Tough night for the storm last night.
Yeah, Storm fans still coping from that loss yesterday. They were close last night. Exactly how close? Well, we'll show you, and you'll hear from Jim Holton after the break.
NTV, Central and Western Nebraska's most watched evening news. This is NTV News at 5:30.
Snow, wind, and the biting cold winter makes a comeback in central Nebraska. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sarah Kirkley. The weather made for driving dangerous conditions, leading to multiple accidents and cars off the road and in the ditch, which is why we're broadcasting here from Grand Island tonight. I-80 was even closed for a time this morning in Shelton. The weather is already prompting some schools to close or delay for tomorrow. To find an updated list of those closing, head on over to our website, nebraska.tv, and click on closings. We'll continue to update the list as the night continues. We have team coverage of 2015's first major winter blast. NTV's Megan Johnson will have an update on road conditions, and Lauren Scharf will show us efforts underway to get people out who are stuck in the snow. And we begin with meteorologist Regina Bird. She has an update on what we can expect going into the rest of the night. Regina.
Well, we are still seeing those areas of blowing.
All right, thanks, Regina. Even though many area kids might be getting to stay home tomorrow, others might have to hit those roads bright and early. NTV's Megan Johnson spoke with some area departments about street and highway conditions. She has more.
It's kind of been the perfect.
Megan Johnson reporting. Thanks, Megan. Now let's take a look at the road conditions courtesy of the Nebraska Department of Roads website. On this map, pink means roads are completely snow and ice covered and travel is not advised across the state. As the interstate and roads ice over, those already stuck could be stranded if it weren't for tow trucks. NTV's Lauren Scharf rode along with one and joins us now live. Lauren, how long have they been working out there?
Sarah, most working overnight.
This weekend's winter blast isn't just taking its toll on motorists, but the extreme conditions also affect emergency services as well. The heated helipad is clear at Good Sam today because the service has been grounded since last evening as well. It's mostly due to ground conditions that are making it difficult to see.